It was the transition from blowing glass to cast glass was actually very slow. I started trying to cast back in probably the late 80s, and there wasn't very much information about it at that time, but I had seen, I think it was the pâte de verre, the early 20th century French pâte de verre that I had seen that caught my attention. It created an atmosphere, it had a translucence to it that was something I wanted to try. And the blowing glass is a fantastic thing to do. It's a very physical activity, and it's got a rhythm to it, and when it's going right, everything moves with you and the glass, and the world is all in sync. But there was something I wanted the glass to say that I couldn't do with the blown glass, working on my own the way I was. So I started to work trying to figure out the technical aspects of casting, which took a very long time, because at that time there wasn't much information available on kiln cast glass. So I was looking at work that had been made 50, 60 years before that, and eventually found that there was people working with pâte de verre, and even people beginning to do kiln casting in the way I now do it. But everybody was working on developing how to do it, and how to develop some kind of flexibility so that you could make the things you wanted to do with that medium. And that's still going on. There's still conferences, and there's still no right way to do things. There's not a guaranteed do it this way and it'll work technique with kiln-fired glass yet. You always think there might be something a little bit better, so you have to try something a little different, which might be better, and sometimes it doesn't work at all. I actually think of the pieces developing from the material as much as anything. The influence there's a lot of influence from what is around me, and the objects or subjects of the piece are often things that land at the door and will start an idea that then I have to go out and find pieces to add to. But pretty much it's working with the glass as the initiator of the idea, and that the things come gradually into play and are put together more to create an atmosphere than from a thought-out idea.